Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be going over the MLB slate on DraftKings and Yahoo for Wednesday, April the 10th. We got a 9-game Wednesday slate. There is an early slate today, but I'm just going to be covering the main slate. When NBA ends and I don't have to make NBA videos, I will probably start doing early slate videos along with main slate videos for MLB, trying to get out 2 videos when there's early and main slate. But I'll start doing that once NBA is over. I do want to get out NBA videos at least till the regular season's over. Not sure if I'm going to be making NBA videos during the playoffs. That's something I'll have to decide on. But we got a 9-game MLB slate today. I'm going to go through the pitcher-player pool, talk about some of the pitchers that I like, the ones that stand out to me. We'll look at 3 hitters that I'm looking to target. We'll go over some stacks that I like, and we will cover BVP plays at the end of the video for those of you interested in BVP. Just before we do get started, though, guys, I would appreciate it if you would drop a like on the video, and if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so that way you won't miss out on any of my new videos. But looking at pitcher today on DraftKings, we have 2 guys over 10K, Noah Syndergaard and Kenta Maeda. On DraftKings specifically, I don't really have a ton of interest in either guy, just where their price tags are. Syndergaard's never a guy I feel like I have to pay up for. He's just not like this stud ace that can just go and mow down teams. Really hasn't done it at all this year. Through 2 outings, both against the Nationals, he's went 6 innings in both outings, 7 and 6 strikeouts. This is a better matchup against the Twins than his matchups have been against the Nationals, but still at 10,400 on a slate where I do like some of the expensive bats, I think I can get away from Syndergaard. Maeda, same thing, not a guy I feel like I have to have, at least on DK where he's 10,100. But if we do go over to Yahoo, Kenta Maeda's price tag definitely stands out. Over here, he's only $38 on Yahoo. He's the 6th, tied for 6th most expensive pitcher. Same price as Robbie Ray. I do like Kenta Maeda quite a bit on Yahoo. Like, if he was like $50, if he was around the same price tag as Syndergaard, I wouldn't have a ton of interest in him. But since his price tag is so cheap over here, I do like some Maeda today on Yahoo. On DraftKings, I probably won't be paying up for either guy. I think the mid-range and like the value tier kind of is where I'm looking to go at pitcher on DK. Robbie Ray at 9,400 I like quite a bit against the Rangers. This just feels like a spot where Robbie Ray can go out there and rack up some strikeouts. This Rangers team does have a lot of lefties in their projected lineup. A lot of lefties that will probably struggle against Robbie Ray and how good his stuff is. Right now there's projected to be 4 lefties in there, and then the righties are Andrus, Asdrubal Cabrera, who's a switch hitter. He'll be batting from his right side. Jeff Mathis, who's not a good hitter. Delano Shields, not a good hitter. And then you have the pitcher in there. So I think Robbie Ray at 9,400 and same price as Kenta Maeda on Yahoo definitely makes sense. I do like him quite a bit today. But the guy I want to talk about on DraftKings and Yahoo, both sites, Frankie Montas. He's 8,100 on DK. Very cheap on Yahoo. Probably one of my favorite pitchers over here. He's only $29. One of the cheaper pitching options we have available, which really doesn't make a ton of sense to me. Love Montas on both sites. It's just a really good matchup. Facing an Orioles team that we know strikes out a ton, is not really a good offense. Although they've been able to score some runs this year, not really buying into it. This is an Orioles team that's going to really struggle rest of season. It's going to be one of the worst offenses in the league. Montas is a pretty talented pitcher. He can definitely rack up strikeouts here against this Orioles team. If this game was being played in Oakland, I would like Montas a little bit more. But even in Baltimore, even in that hitter-friendly park in Camden Yards, I think Montas can still have a ton of success against this Orioles lineup, where he's 8,100 on DK. He's priced around guys like Brandon Woodruff, Kucheki, Odorizzi. I do like Odorizzi today, but like Pivetta in that same price range. I would definitely take Montas there. And like I said, on Yahoo, where Montas is way down here at $29, he's probably one of my favorite pitching options over on Yahoo. Love him over there. But now for an SP2 on DraftKings, I mentioned Odorizzi. I like him quite a bit here against a Mets team that is really just not that good of an offense. They've got a lot of young prospects in their lineup, and they're definitely not bad players. Like Peter Alonso's actually been a pretty good hitter this year. They've got Jeff McNeil, who's actually been a pretty good hitter as well. But there's still some strikeouts in this lineup for Odorizzi. Lagares will strike out, Rosario will strike out. The pitcher, you got Syndergaard in there. Ramos is better versus lefties. He'll strike out more versus righties. Definitely a spot where you can get a pretty big upside out of Jake Odorizzi. Against Cleveland, he racked up strikeouts to begin the year against them, 6 innings and 11 Ks. Then he faced the Phillies, a very tough matchup, and really struggled against the Phillies. I would expect a bounce back spot or a bounce back game from Odorizzi here in this spot. Much better matchup against the Mets. And at 7,500 on DK, he does pair very nicely with Montas. You still have 4,300 remaining per player for your bats if you go with Montas and Odorizzi on DK. I do like Odorizzi on Yahoo as well. He's 32 over here. If you want to go down for Maeda and play Odorizzi and Montas together on Yahoo to just pay up for even more bats, like you've already got a lot of salary to pay up for bats if you go with Maeda and Montas, but if you want even more salary, go down from Maeda to Odorizzi. You could definitely do that. But that's where I'm looking at pitcher today. I don't think there's really any other pitchers I'm going to be looking to target, at least not heavily. Mostly going to be playing Montas, Odorizzi, Maeda on Yahoo, and then Robbie Ray on both sides I like quite a bit. Those are the guys I'm kind of really looking to. But that's it for pitcher. Now let's talk about some bats. So at first base, my first hitter that I really like today is Rhys Hoskins, 5,300 on DraftKings and $25 on Yahoo. I do like Hoskins here, and I do like the Phillies quite a bit today as a stack. They have one of the higher implied run totals on this slate at 5.1 runs. They're getting to face Jeremy Hellickson, who's not really a pitcher that I'm concerned with, not a pitcher that I think is very good. And this Phillies lineup is just so good, so many good hitters in this lineup, that I think this is a spot where Hellickson can definitely struggle. This lineup just never ends. Like there's just constant good hitters, 1 through 8. Even Michael Franco is a great hitter, and he's down here at the 8 hole. Still a guy with a ton of power. Like Hernandez and Herrera were guys that were batting like at the top of this Phillies lineup, and now they're down there batting 6th, 7th, and 8th. That just shows you how good this lineup is. McCutchen leading off, Seguras in the 2 hole. Then you got Bryce Harper, Hoskins, Realmuto. Just a great lineup, great stack. Should be easy to fit these guys in as well. Since I'm not really looking to pay up for pitcher today, at least on DK, probably won't. I'll have the salary to pay up for a Phillies stack. So I like going to the Phillies. Love Hoskins here against a righty. Hoskins has a ton of power versus both sides of the plate versus righties and lefties. Could definitely hit the ball out. He's been incredibly hot this year. Already has like 3 or 4 homers. Wouldn't be surprised if he adds to that total today. So I like the Phillies, and I like Hoskins quite a bit. Then going over to shortstop, really like Marcus Semien at 4K. On Yahoo, he's at $16 over here, or $17, excuse me. This is another team I'm really looking to target today, the Oakland A's. 5.2 implied run total versus Josh Rogers, a lefty. Expect to make a spot start here, I believe, getting called up from AAA. And Josh Rogers, not a guy I'm concerned with. Another pitcher that I don't think is very good, a pitcher we can definitely attack. This is an A's lineup that has a ton of power, especially at the top. Semien's projected at 6th. I wouldn't be surprised, though, since it's a lefty, that he leads off again. So I would expect Semien probably leads off. And at 4K, shortstop on DraftKings, a guy that does have power versus lefties, have speed as well. Really like Marcus Semien today. Probably one of my favorite shortstop plays. Just looking at this position, he's definitely a guy I'm going to be loading up on. And then I also like Chris Davis, trying to get more exposure to Oakland. I think Chris Davis at 4,900 on DraftKings and at $23 over on Yahoo is a great play as well. I really don't need to say much about Chris Davis. You know what kind of hitter he is. Great power hitter. Facing a guy that really doesn't get strikeouts. It's going to pitch to contact. Chris Davis, if he puts the ball in play, can easily hit it over the fence, especially in Baltimore in Camden Yards, a great hitter's park. Chris Davis, definitely a guy I'm getting exposure to, and especially if I'm stacking Oakland, he's going to be a major priority for me. Like, if Semien leads off, and you have Semien, Chapman, Piscotty, and Chris Davis as the 1 through 4, that's a great stack, probably one of my favorite stacks today. Love Oakland as well as the Phillies. But these are my 5 plays for DraftKings and 5 plays for Yahoo. Now we'll talk about some stacks I like, and then we'll go over BVP. So I mentioned the Phillies and A's, 2 of my favorite stacks, but if we're looking elsewhere, looking for some teams that may go overlooked, some teams that could be lower owned, I think the Diamondbacks with a 4.7 implied run total versus Lance Lynn, you could definitely look to. We don't have run totals in this Mariners-Royals game, but it looks like Heath Fillmyer is going to be pitching for the Royals today. Not that good of a pitcher. We can definitely go to the Mariners again. And their price tags, at least on DraftKings, are still really cheap. Like Haniger, Smith, Jay Bruce, all 4.3K. Very cheap stack you could look to. I do like the Mariners again, assuming Heath Fillmyer is going to pitch for them. Maybe some Milwaukee bats as well versus Felix Pena, especially the lefty Shaw, Yelich, Thames, Moustakas. Lefties versus Felix Pena, I don't mind, but Mariners, Diamondbacks, And then 2 teams I've talked about, Phillies and Oakland. Those are probably the major stacks I'm really looking to, the 4 main stacks I'm going to be going to on this slate. But now we'll quickly go over some BVP plays before we end the video. So Andrew McCutchen got some BVP versus Jeremy Hellickson. He's gone 3 for 10 against him. Anthony Rendon really hit Nick Pivetta well, 6 for 12 with 3 home runs. George Springer, 8 for 30, 3 home runs against James Paxton. Carlos Correa, 8 for 21 off of James Paxton. Lance Lynn has struggled against David Peralta. Peralta's hit him well. Peralta gone 5 for 11 against Lance Lynn with a home run. And then Hunter Pence, 5 for 13 off of Robbie Ray. But that's it for BVP, guys, and I think that is it for the video. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Hopefully it did help you. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you click that like button down below. And if you have not subscribed yet, make sure you do subscribe as well. If you do have any questions, like always, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT. Or you can leave any comments down below in the comment section. I will reply to your comments as soon as I can. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Good luck tonight on this MLB slate. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.